Thank you for liking, sharing, and supporting my channel. Will Meghan and Harry have the conviction to back the Democratic candidate from California because it's black and go against Mrs. Sarandos, the wife of Netflix CEO Netflix, who is supporting the white Republican candidate because she thinks he's the best candidate? Do you think what's going to be more important, the mighty dollar or the mighty conviction? Or will they quit Netflix? Will they quit Netflix? Because let's not forget that this Republican candidate goes against everything Meghan falsely claims to be. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And for all the super thanks, you guys are great. Thank you very much. I wonder, this is going to be a very interesting video. Let me tell you why. We have Mrs. Avant, who's come out, who's the wife of Ted Sarandos, stating that she's backing the Republican candidate for right now, the midterm elections. And she's calling out all the people who have tried to intimidate her into voting for the black candidate just because of the skin color, which is appalling, and it is racism in its purest form. This lady, who is the wife of one of the most powerful men right now in Hollywood, if not the world, this is Netflix we're talking about, is saying, no, you're not going to intimidate me into voting somebody just because of the skin color. I'm going to vote for the right candidate, somebody I believe in, because California is in a horrible state of homelessness. The crime rate is terrible. Her mother was killed in Beverly Hills in 2021. Okay? The Democrats have California in a complete state of disarray. And this lady is taking a stand and acting with convictions. Now, let's not forget that this candidate that she's completely backing goes against everything Meghan Markle stands for. Meghan Markle actually has, or at least claims that she stands for, because this is not really a woman who has come out and spoken about a proper political party. Right now she's saying because she's royal. First of all, she has never been royal. She's married to one, or was, because he's no longer allowed to use the HRH. And if things go the way they're going, they won't even be able to be, he won't be royal for reals. So, what do you think is going to be more important for Meghan Markle? The mighty dollar or the mighty conviction? This is a woman who lacks religion. She's changed religion 3 times. First she was Catholic, then Jewish, now Protestant. I mean, this is a woman who one day, now she's claiming that the person who raised her was Doria, who was absent for most of her life, and whom she spent all of her life praising her father. At that UN speech, she praised her father, not her mother. At the TIG, it was my dad this, my dad that. My dad taught me to use this box. It's now my mom. I was raised by a single black mother. Forget that the father paid for all her private education and he raised her. Okay? So this is the kind of woman, she has no convictions. Is she going to come out in public and use the platform she has gained from being married to Harry to publicly back the black Democratic candidate, just like this lady Avant, I think her last name is, Ted Sarandos' wife, has come out and publicly backed the white candidate? And she's doing it saying, you know what, screw you, you're not going to intimidate me into voting somebody because of the skin color, because that's called racism. I'm going to vote for who I believe, and I'm going to back them publicly. That is called having integrity and a backbone. So it's going to be interesting whether Harry and Meghan, who are very vocal about everything and about how terrible the Republicans are. Meghan Markle said that she was going to go and leave the country if Donald Trump won. She's so anti-Republican because the Republicans go anti everything she says that she believes in. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think she's going to come out and use her platform, her podcast, to say, I stand for this candidate, this Democratic candidate, and she's going to state why she believes? Is it because of the skin color or because they have like a good track record? Mr. Martin King said that we should be judged not by the skin of our color, not by the color of the skin, but by our character. And I love how this lady's coming out saying, you know what? I don't believe in the character of the Democratic candidate just because he's black, and I'm not going to vote for it. But the most interesting question is whether Meghan Markle and Harry have any conviction at all. I mean, the lies that they come up with now, Mr. Markle, I'm pretty sure, I am surprised that she says that she even had a father. I'm surprised she hasn't come out and said that she was born by artificial insemination and she doesn't know who the father is. I mean, that's where we're headed. And what is Harry going to do to support his family once people stop buying his lies? Because there's only so many lies he can make up, and so many times people can buy it, along with Meghan. Now they're falling in the line of ridicule. But what do you lovely people think? Do you think that Meghan Markle's going to come out and speak out against that and say, hey, do you think she's going to rally the troops to vote for the Democrat? Because the Democratic candidate is black? And let's not forget that Ted Sarandos' wife, this lady, Mrs. Avant, she was a Barack Obama nominee. I think she was an ambassador. So this is huge. This is huge. Do you think Meghan Markle was raised by Doria, by the ghost of Doria, because Doria was nowhere to be found? Or do you think that actually Mr. Markle raised her? If Doria had raised her, where the fuck was she? Why didn't she talk about Doria in the dig? She barely ever mentioned it, if anything, once. At the UN speech, guys, she had a whole chance to talk about her mother. No. Praising her white father right, left, and center. Do you think that she's going to come out and denounce, Mrs. Sarandos and saying, she's crazy? Because let's not forget, Mrs. Sarandos is black. Leave me your comments. I want to see what's happening. Now Doria is Saint Doria. And Meghan Markle. Should people vote for the color, the skin color, or for the character and what they represent? This is going to be a true testament to see if this woman, for once, stands up for something. Or Harry, although Harry's a traitor. What do you guys think?